Good afternoon, Speed Gaming, and welcome to yet another race in the FFR Irongol Heavy Metal Championship. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and I'm joined with someone. Wait, who are you again?
I think I just kind of wandered in here and nobody said anything.
Well, there's an empty seat, so I guess that's fair. And today we've got Caleb versus another, I don't know if it's safe to call him Blast from the Past or not, Falk. And they have cooked up a real spicy meatball today.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. This is either going to be a trick or a treat for us all. There's some stakes on the winner of whoever wins this match, but also just the sheer flags that they picked out were, I guess, really falconic. The only requests Caleb made in these regards were the 4 Force party members.
Let's talk about the 4 Force for a minute. We've got Thief, Red Mage, Fighter, Black Mage. Ordinarily, that's a really good party. Ordinarily.
Ordinarily. The stats on this might make that a little bit dicey, but in the grand scheme of things, compared to what they could have rolled, not bad. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about a couple things while our runners set out from the gate. We've got everything loose, and not only do we have, well, we don't quite have everything loose. Fetch will lead to fetch, so the crown is going to turn into the crystal is going to turn into the herb, etc. But we don't know where any of that is, and further, none of the main NPCs are incentivized, so we're going to be going everywhere looking for everything.
Right back to the spicy meatball, maybe a trick, maybe a treat for both the audience, the runners, and Fizzle and myself. This could be a shorter seed, this could be a longer seed. We're really just gonna have to buckle up to find out, but hey, that's what it's all about.
So let's talk a bit about stat scaling real quick, because that's gonna be the big problem going on here, because we've got clamps. Boy, howdy do we have clamps. We've got bosses clamped to 500 and trash clamped to 250, so nothing is going to be easy. We've got everyone's favorite, Blurst, weapons and armor. What have we got? We got level 1 Zap, which actually is probably the best they could have hoped for. Temper will be nice. And garbage white magic.
Yeah, white magic does not exist for level 1 for these two gentlemen tonight.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're not losing anything in that level 2 white slot. Nobody wants Fog 2, but we've got Mute helmets, we've got Aether shirts, and we've got the Pro Cape -5, which I'm pretty sure is just saran wrap.
Solid pick. Solid pick. Wet tissue paper?
What else have we got here? We've got a Vorpal 3.
No save items.
I'm sure we'll be fine. We don't need to save items. And a very cheap inn. Only $5 to stay at the Canaria Inn. I guess they're running a special.
It's a fire sale. There were no tents left, so they had to do with what they could. King's gonna start off the party with a bang and go ahead and give us that TNT, which I'm sure will just lead to disappointment.
Actually, it'll be momentary excitement because it'll lead to Canal, but we can't do anything with the Canal because we don't have a boat. Caleb's going straight for Garland, while Falk is gonna try these weird box-shaped things over on the left.
Apparently you can find good things in them, but, you know, we can never really be sure.
I mean, Noble Helmet seems okay. Alright, what do we got? We got King got TNT, and Princess with a Ribbon 3.
Okay, Princess.
That's really good head armor.
I don't know that we can call it armor per se, but it's a nice accessory.
I mean, at 3, we've got it's 3 absorb. That's like wooden helmet territory, maybe iron helmet territory.
Got an aluminum ribbon. Got it.
They just took aluminum foil and folded it up and just spray painted it red. It was like, oh yeah, no, that's the same thing.
It's metallic.
That's what you ordered.
The Etsy shops did the best that they could.
Question in chat, I'm confuzzled by these numbers. That means defense? Well, it actually means a lot of things. Let's talk about Blurst weapons and armor, which is short for blessed and cursed weapons and armor, because we love us some nonsensical names. So let's start with armor. If it goes on the head as a shield or in the gloves, if it's a positive number, absorb goes up by that much, and the evade penalty goes down by that much. If it's negative, the absorb goes down by that much, and the evade penalty goes up by that much. In short, positive number is good, negative number is bad. But then you still have something where, like, a -1 gold bracelet is still going to be better than a +1 silver bracelet. There's a lot of math that happens after that. Chest armor follows slightly different rules. That's, for every plus or minus number, it's 2 absorb and evade penalty, up or down. And let's talk about weapons, the more fun stuff. For every point, you get 2 attack power, 3 to hit rate, and 1 to crit rate. And so why does that matter? Well, for power, I mean, power is self-explanatory. More power, good power. For hit rate, it's not just the accuracy of your chance to hit. The way Final Fantasy I works is that the number of attacks you use with the attack action is based on the hit rate of your character and your weapon. So Saber doesn't do anything to change that, but a higher hit rate on a weapon will change that. So that's going to throw all of the weapon breakpoint calculations off, but a Vorpal 3 is just going to have more hits. And crit rate is self-explanatory. A Vorpal with added crit is even more bonkers. Hooray! Thank you, Falk. So yeah, look forward to Blurst weapons possibly changing some things as we go along here.
Yeah, both in good and bad favor, like you explained. Things can go really well, and they can also go really bad. Blessed and cursed. Kind of a little bit self-explanatory. It looks like our runners have a pretty good first dash off that encounter table, but then it gets a little bit clustered there.
What do dwarves have? Basically 3 grand. That's not bad. Hooray! We did it. We got 2 hooray dwarves.
And a couple murders while we were here.
Now, why are these NPCs mysteriously disappearing? Why is Caleb leaving a trail of bodies in his wake? Well, we have a flag called NPC Guillotine. You know bats in dungeons, how they just get in your way? They sit in the hallway and you just have to wait for 4 hours before they get out of the way? Well, we fixed that. We have a thing called NPC Guillotine. If you talk to an NPC that only has 1 dialogue option, as soon as you finish talking to them, they go away.
Which, unfortunately for Snow White, Caleb just decided to take out all 7 dwarves there.
Alright, what do we got? Level 3 white magic. Here we go. We got Bubkus.
A whole lot of more nothing.
Hang on, let's... Are we considering mute? Oh, we were thinking about fear. Nope. Fear is one of those spots that only a white mage can get.
Falconic dragging all of his party's bodies along behind him is deciding to revive. Probably a good choice.
What do we got in the armor shop? Flame armor -3, gold bracelet -5. That gold bracelet -5, I think, is actually worse than a silver bracelet standard. And that flame armor -3 is still better than iron armor, but not by much.
So cloth gloves pretending to be a copper bracelet, got it.
And an item shop, we've got save items.
Very cheap tents.
Level 4 white magic, we got lamp. We found lamp, it's learnable. And black magic, we got lightning 3 and ice 3. Now, it's the worst feeling in the world to see both of these on the same level and at level 4, because that means we're not going to have that many charges of either of them.
No, and with how expensive that Lit 3 was, I don't imagine too many of them are really gonna maybe spend that this early. But yeah. Caleb did go ahead and chuck the opal helmet back in Canaria for some cheap change, so he has a little bit more spending money.
So magic so far, we've got Zap and Temper at 1, we got Lightning 3, Ice 3 at 4, And I missed the level 3 black magic shop. Did that have anything interesting in it?
We had Fire
3.
Yeah, and that was really the only use. There was Fire 2 in there as well, but why would you grab Fire 2 if Fire 3 is available? But,
yeah,
you know, to each their own.
Sure.
It looks like he's going to go for some either levels for more charges before he makes his next dive, or maybe some more shopping money before he ventures into the world.
Meanwhile, Caleb, afraid of nothing, is stomping straight towards Marsh Cave.
He's high-stepping the whole way. Knees to hands, Fizzle. Knees to hands.
You gotta get the exercise in. We gotta get levels before we get here.
You gotta get through that forest somehow.
This is a heck of a run into shadows that don't seem that threatening. I mean, they're hitting a lot, but, you know, comes with the territory of Clamp Trash. Ooh, shout-outs to Inconceivable in chat. Couldn't you say he's marshing his way there? I like the cut of your jib, man.
Oh, and just like that, we have our first loose item there for Caleb. A nice little crown.
Now that crown comes with good news and bad news. We also have Rod. We'll just sideline that for the moment, and let's talk about why crown is not the greatest thing in the world right now. We can go to Astos, and we can get the crystal. We still don't have a bridge. So, we can have a crystal, and then just kind of look at the awkward little stretch of river where we're supposed to walk to Matoya and get real sad.
You know, it's very odd for the heroes that end up saving the universe. They sure don't know how to swim. And Marsh Top is just giving Caleb everything he could need right now, except for that bridge, but they do have the canal, so he can actually make a little bit more movement with this.
The boat gets us to Matoya. There's that little side dock up there that no one remembers. We can bypass the bridge to get that, so we can get Key if we want to spend a lot of time and trouble doing it. We've got the Rod if we want to Earth Cave. Hashtag never Earth.
Caleb just getting right out of there, does not care what's bottom, maybe he'll come back later. He wants to set sail.
I kinda like this play because, like, we could just assume that Top March was just the key item store, and we can do key checks, and then try and figure things out from there.
It's definitely not a bad play. We'll see if Falconic tries to go the same exact way, or if he follows a different path. As he's gonna figure out here that Marsh Top was loaded with all of the treasure.
Caleb trying like heck to zap Astos, but unfortunately we're in 3 and 256 mil right here. At least Astos has nothing really damaging in his first spells or skills.
No, not yet, but I'd be very curious to see what actually ends up being in C for Caleb if he decides to go set sailing on a cruise here after this. Falconic is going to make his way out of Top Marsh, probably very happy with what he found there as well. I can hear giggles on the other side of the house.
Ooh, Falconic is going to head for Bottom Marsh, see what Caleb left behind.
Not a bad play with that first sprint you get there. I mean, we've seen that nothing so far has been dangerous down here, but we all know that can quickly change when scorpions make their appearance.
And Caleb's made it through Astos. We got there. Zap made the distance. High enough level to use Fire 3. That will be convenient for some of these unrunnables down here.
Yeah, better shape than Caleb was as far as magic goes when he first came in here, but those couple levels he took outside of Elflin, I think he knew he was padding himself to go to the ever-dreaded marsh. Murdering bats left and right. Somebody call PETA.
You gotta get them out of the way. We can't handle all the stuff in the way. Ooh, there's Adamant that will turn into Excal. We could vendor that.
Oh, but a bottle as well. Marsh is just loaded today.
Marsh is the key item store. I regret nothing rolling this.
Yet. There's still time. The evening is very, very young.
Oh, there's the bridge. Neat.
Alright, well if C does end up being deadly, which we didn't see Caleb have any issue get through it, then at least he has more options to, you know, get his 10k steps in for the day.
It is worth noting that Caleb is gonna have to return to Marsh at some point. Ooh, Ruby. That might not change anything because Stardust's not incentivized, but there's 4 boxes over there.
And it's always good to help out a neighbor in need.
Yeah, and, like, this seat has been unbelievably front-loaded with key items so far.
That it has. Gonna see what kind of magic we have here over at level 2. Bane and Quake, nothing really to be super excited about, but I'll always take a Bane. And then Life 2, which I'm not sure if the Red Mage can learn that or not.
The Red Mage can learn that. The Red Mage can learn all level 2 white magic.
Alright, well, that's not a bad find.
Guess we're loading up on Bane, Quake, and getting a Life 2 spell. Given that at level 1 our only option is Zap, I like taking both Bane and Quake. It kinda covers our insta-kill bases.
Yeah, gives you a little bit more options as far as that goes. You're gonna see Falk make his way out of Marsh Cave. Probably gonna go straight to Astos if I had to not be a betting person, because he's definitely not. Caleb trying to murder more villagers in his wake. Oh, nope, okay.
Yeah, the guys with the mohawks, you can't get through them.
Oh, he'll sure try.
Speaking of people you're trying to get through, here's Bicky and his pirates. I don't think they had anything disastrous, and we'll never know.
I think they might have gone to the bar before that fight. There were 2 misses there on that front end. Very hard to not punch the person directly in front of you.
And we got a bad silver axe.
That's called a vendor item, Fizzle, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's made out of silver. You put it into the wood chipper next to the weapon shop, and a bunch of gold comes out. It's perfect.
Yeah, currency.
The Fear 4 Gauntlet.
Okay.
Well, alright then.
Still would take it over the silver wooden paper axe, but
Sure.
you know.
I don't know if we'll get any use out of the spell part, but I think at +4 it's better than a bog standard pro ring. So, neat.
Yeah, you gotta be fashionable. Gloves are accessories. Falk deciding to skip saving at the end, just going straight for, I would say maybe Provoca first here.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it pays off. Nope, headed for Crystal Turnin.
I know the husband like the back of my hand.
Yeah. Perfect prediction so far.
Just
now,
really calling these shots.
Alright, so Caleb's about to get the key. Let's see what's in Elflin Locked. Let's not see what's in Elflin Locked. Nope, wait, here we go.
Let's miss the building several times. We've all been there. Oh,
Caleb
yep.
is just on a rampage. Let's see, we got a house, a soft, 21 gold, and 11 bucks.
Essentially nothing.
Yeah.
But when you're right there, it's not too much out of the way to check it. I'm not sure why that poor elf had to die in the wake for 1,200 gold, but I guess everybody's life has a price.
I guess it was just like, you know, it's like one of those things where you're at the grocery store and there's like someone in front of the Campbell's soup that you want, so you talk to them and then they just like evaporate. And then you can get your chunky soup.
It's always Linda. She doesn't understand the common decency of parking your cart on the same side of the aisle that you need to shop in.
Yeah, you don't do, like, granted, you didn't, you know, shoot for the full Austin Powers and take up the whole thing, but, like, if you're just sitting there in the middle and no one can get around you, like, what's the difference at that point?
Essentially nothing, Fizzle. essentially nothing. And Caleb continues to collect very cheap bounties. I'm not sure who hired him, but I don't think they have a very, very deep gold pocket there.
Ooh, Caleb going for TOF locked.
Again, we didn't see really anything dangerous while they were in here the first time, so it's not too much of a gamble, because I'm sure he knows where he's at in regards to kind of what Falconic found. I mean, they would have taken very similar paths there.
Yeah, that's a doable pack with probably Bane and or Fire 3.
Well, the Medusas definitely are afraid of the fire today, but they're fighting back with a little bit of Scorch, but I think at this point, with how much life and levels he's got, it's not going to be deadly. As somebody takes a nap. I am just 10 out of 10 on these predictions tonight, folks. If anybody would like lottery numbers, let me know.
Welcome back to commentary. Your excellent insight has been sorely missed.
Just absolute top notch.
Alright, so we're not going to do that fight. Or at least we're going to give that fight another try. Maybe trying again with insta-kill strats because Fire 3 kind of went nowhere.
I got that one to lay down, but he's going less Saber Tiger in this pack.
Yeah, the Saber Tees are the ones I think we're really afraid of because I think they were 2 for 2 on just one-hit KOing a Light Warrior. Scorch we're not really afraid of because we've got 3 party members with hit points in the mid-hundreds, so we're fine on that. But that Saber Tee just absolutely rumbled that fighter.
Just a little slap across the face. Sure, he'll wake up fine, feeling fresh as a daisy in the morning. Just gotta sleep it off.
Alright, what's our prize? We got the life 2. We're healing up because we're anticipating having to do this again. And we got the Zap 2 sword.
Okay. And another katana.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not worth it, but I can't say I'd be the most excited to take this party fight again. But at least, again, he only found one Saber Tiger to rock his world.
I think with Zap Sword Double Bane, or just like Triple Zap, I think the math would get us there with these creatures. And we run wound the encounter.
Run wound the encounter with a Triple Zaps.
Yeah. I got there. I figured it out.
The point got there. Execution flawless. We just saw Falk finish up with the Elfland Castle, waking up the Prince, so he is undoubtedly going to be making his way up to the Zephyr continent. Probably to do a little bit of key shop.
So let's see if we can get something else out of the lower right box. We're going to Zap Sword. And
maybe a little bit of death.
Triple zap time.
The good old time-wasting Scorch.
Alright, 3 Medusas, not bad. Probably wanted some of those Saber Tees.
3rd zap, okay, we got one down.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Not terrible. Just, you know, they hit for like 170 each. It's probably fine. Saber Tiger was definitely wearing his aluminum ribbon today.
Meanwhile, Falconic is over $6. Nice. Meanwhile, Falconic's over in Canaria Treasury and got himself, I believe, some Iron -2 armor. It's a bad day for armor.
It has been a very bad day for armor so far for our runners, other than that Fear 4 Gauntlet. Really not bad, but...
Yeah, but we had like the Flame -3, the Iron -2, the Gold -5, it's the...
The Pro Cape -5, the tissue paper armor continues.
Yeah. The Pro Cape -5 is basically like somebody read The Emperor Has No Clothes and was just like, I can make this work.
We have a little bit of hemp. Some dead dwarves. We can construct it. Excal -5. That is definitely just adding on to the pile.
little known fact, when the Lady of the Lake was holding onto Excalibur under the lake all this time, it rusted.
Just a little bit. Apparently water's better or bad for metal in long terms.
Yeah.
Pro ring +5 though, and a Dark Force shirt.
Okay.
Ale Markin, they no longer have a smith because Caleb murdered all of them in his wake. It seems like the intern is now crafting the armor for them.
Yeah, that Pro Ring 5 is amazing. I wonder if that's for sale somewhere.
That would be very nice for our runners if it is. We have not seen it so far. I know we've seen those tissue paper pro capes for sale, but neither one of them are going to go for that.
Also, hooray!
Hooray! Gonna get our first look over here in Melmond.
Level 5 magic, what do we got? We got Cure for an Exit. The Red Wizard can learn Exit.
I'll take it.
And Fast. Sure.
That's not terrible in the grand scheme of things. Oh.
Question. Ooh.
Oh. Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go over some things that just happened. Caleb went to Northwest Castle, opened in key chests, and got himself a floater and a cube. And we know because he walked there that extended open progression is on, so he is almost assuredly sprinting back to his boat so he can get his flying hot dog. Meanwhile, Falconic had a very disappointing trip to the Melman Magic Shops where he got Fast, which is fine, and not much else, and then more bad news from the armor shop. Let me back up a minute. Question in chat. Does the plus-minus gear affect spells from the gear at all? The answer to that is no. There's nothing that affects the magic. It's just entirely the equipped stats.
You know, as just the resident betting person of the party here, I really can't imagine that he's gonna go make that Earth Cave dive and is gonna feed the rupee for some quick chess.
Alright, well, we look forward to Falconic's inevitable Earth Cave dive as he first checks out Titan.
I can't wait.
What do we got in the boxes here? We got 20 bucks, 21 bucks, an Ice -3 sword, and $2.
Come on, Stardust. Big bucks, no wins. Definitely not the loose floater cube combo that we saw Caleb get, but you know,
Yeah.
maybe there's something nice.
Pro Ring 5s for sale for 3,800 gold. Yeah, we want those. And
We want all of those.
the poor Aegis -5 shield.
You can't win them all. Cheap pro rings, and it helps me cry my sorrows a little bit into my Super Bowl ring hand. As we see Falk making his way to the Earth Cave.
Impeccable. Flawless.
Just execution 10 out of 10.
Let's check some boxes. We got a cabin, and our Earth trap tile is Mummies. Not a bad one to spend some time and some Fire 3s on. That will also go the distance. Our bad armor streak continues with Silver -4 and Dragon -5.
Absolutely finding nothing of worth.
What are they even gonna wear at the end of this game?
Pro capes and hopefully ribbons. Or not pro capes, pro rings, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. We
see
got
Fade and Heal 3.
can't learn Fade. So Red Wizards can't learn Fade, and they can learn Nuke. Nuke was top slot, so they can get that. And I think I saw Brack up there as well.
One by one, the retirement community disappeared.
Edgeworth, if you're in the audience, look away.
Look far away. Turn your audio down. Mute it.
They managed to come together with some protection money. They handed over 20 bucks. Caleb threw it on the ground and reset to a time before he committed to that heinous crime.
Man knows time travel, and yet he has to murder everyone in his wake.
sad, really.
This is called an origin story, folks.
Yeah. Move over Infinity War. We have Caleb's Irongol match.
He's not even snapping, he's just saying hey to people. So far, I think the only thing Caleb's found of note was the flame sword. Falcana continuing to find nothing of worth in these never go earth dive. Still murdering bats left and right.
An interesting place to reset.
There is that small chance he just wants to continue murdering bats. I don't know if they have like a body count stake at hand as well. One went animals, one went humans.
Maybe? There could be some sort of side bet going on that we don't know about. Meanwhile, I just want to point out the sheer and utter joy that the fire elemental spike tile in Volcano is like 5 to 7 fish.
Oh. Nuke 3 axe, okay.
We got a nuke 3 axe.
That's my favorite type of axe, right up there with lumberjack.
And an opal 1 bracelet. Looks like Volcano was the play to make. Hashtag never Earth.
Hashtag never Earth. Also Astos Castle. Unfortunately, I think if we rerolled the seed, we would see something far worse and maybe time-consuming. As we kind of stated in the opening, this can be anywhere from a 2-hour seed to a 5-hour seed.
Yeah. It's starting to look like it's more the first than the second, but it'll be down to how bad bosses are, I think. It'll also be down to how bad some of these trash packs are somewhere.
Yeah, so far we've not seen anything really nasty with trash. I mean, we've seen some that hit kind of hard, but that won't be a problem later levels. But yeah, bosses are really going to be the telling factor of how this is going to go. We finally don't have that heinous sound on Caleb's side, so thank you very much for that, sir.
The screaming will continue until morale improves.
Somehow I don't think the two correlate.
Falk making excellent use of Zap, clearing out trash packs with as little resources spent as possible. I appreciate that. Zap's one of those spells that a lot of people kind of sleep on. Yeah, it's the second worst accuracy for an insta-death spell that players have access to in the game, but because it's time element, nothing is going to resist it. And if you're only working with just like base magic defense, it can work more often than it doesn't sometimes.
And like a real good The Weeknd song, when it slaps, Fizzle.
I have refused to listen to that Weeknd song that was pasted to me that was 10 hours long. I will continue to not do that.
You don't have 10 hours to spare? I'm sorry. We're all supposed to be in quarantine anyway. Stay safe, kids.
Question in chat. Is there a schedule somewhere for the heavy metal seeds that's not listed on Speed Gaming's weekly races or tourneys? So, the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship is one of those interesting things where we're treating it more like a wrestling, where people can just kind of wander around and then just challenge each other and just be like, I challenge you to ladders only, tables are out, falls count match. I don't watch wrestling, but I assume it sounds like that. Which is where we get stuff like this. It really comes down to who challenges who, and the only restriction is only the top 2 can challenge the title holder. But otherwise, anyone can challenge anyone. So these are very impromptu matches.
Spoiler alerts, Falconic was holding a folding table up while he challenged Caleb. Seen it with my own eyes. Falc deciding to leave the Earth Cave. Good choice.
Is it a good choice? He's got the rod. He could have just done the whole thing.
He might be afraid of the clamps on the bosses this early, but he's got to know at this point that Caleb has found something he hasn't, and that thing may, you know, is the floating hot dog. Kind of important in these things, I fear. What was the table folding? Oh, Fizzle was doing an excellent spot-on interpretation of how wrestlers challenge each other about tables and chairs and something about a foldable card table that he held up in a Skype video to challenge Caleb.
Hey, Mo.
Yes.
Folding was used in a verb. It was a joke about, you said it was a folding table, as in a table that was folding.
I mean, you know, poker's a thing. Sometimes you hold them, sometimes you fold them. I don't know, I don't gamble, but there are folding tables.
Falconic rounding the corner, headed towards Crescent Lake. gonna get $20 from the old men and some sad news about where Fade and Nuke are. Meanwhile, Caleb found a Cure 4 item in Volcano. This, so far, has been the story about everything being handed to Caleb and Falconic doing Earth Cave.
Essentially, they were on a very similar path up until that dicey Earth Cave dive, and Agamos seemed to really not have much there at all, so here's some free XP for Caleb.
Sure. If only we knew where a grind tile was. There's a wall staff. Wow. Wow.
Just what I was looking for. Every contractor's dream, am I right?
Yeah, we just wave the staff, and then bam, we can hold up this building.
That's how you build houses in The Sims.
It's true.
Yeah.
What would Final Fantasy 1 be like if it was done with Sims instead of the Light Warriors?
People going into an inn and deleting the door, and then setting a Pop-Tart in the microwave on fire.
Yep, that tracks.
If I had to make an educated guess.
Let's head over here and check the Red D chest. We've got images in our way, but we can run. Who cares? And we've got Ocho. One little wafer-thin Ocho.
He's packing a little bit, but not enough to kill anybody.
Guarding $9 whole.
It's a tough job. Ever vigilant. Falconic less sociable than Caleb here.
2. He only had to make 2 examples out of the Crescent Lake stages before they paid up his protection money, and he is headed back to probably save, and then at this point I think his only option left is either TOF locked or Northwest Castle, and he's gonna be real sad.
I believe you are correct about that. I think that's, well, other than if he really wanted to dive Earth again.
I think in that Earth Cave he came up with a, or no, sorry, it's for sale. The Mighty Mazmune, -2. It's still pretty good. It's basically a sun sword.
It's a sharpened kitchen knife.
Yeah, it's still pretty ferocious, but at this point it's more like sun sword territory, I think.
It's been used to cut a lot of tomatoes in its day. Carrie absolutely disrespecting Caleb, not caring what he wants to throw out. And who? Running out of options?
Hail Mary Zap. Try and beat the RNG, and he does. And then gets crit. He simultaneously won and lost versus RNG. Let's try that again. Okay, we got the heal. And oop, that's enough to take a shot. What are we doing? Zap? Zap. Zap? No zap. And then hit. Let's continue playing with fire. Oh, Carrie is ready to end this. Here comes. Let's try swinging. 3 hits for 21. No. Incoming 18 hits for 200 damage.
I just don't think that 15 damage was enough to really even just give a paper cut to Carrie in those regards.
So, Carrie's difficult. As a reminder, to those who are watching right now, all the boss stat scaling is clamped to between 100% and 500%. So, yeah.
Carrie's looking a little bit more on that deeper side there. She's definitely
Yeah.
invested in her 401k a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta see if the Cardia Isles pay off anything for us here, which so far, some bubblegum money.
Yeah, 14 bucks in a tent, and what do we got? The slab. Ooh, oh, hang on. We know that slab turns into chime. We got an airboat and a cube. Is it time for sky?
Fizzle, I really hope not. I'm not saying I'm less than optimistic, but I am less than optimistic at this point.
But what if it was?
Well, you know, I've been wrong all night, so... I either just wished him luck, but he did just murder Patch the Magic Dragon there, so...
Yeah, he talked a dragon off its mortal coil. Like, surely we can replicate that against Tiamat, right?
Yeah, she's been known to be reasonable. As we decide to murder an entire town, along with our body count.
As is tradition, we just crash into Melman, because, I mean, it's Melman, it's fine. Ooh. I'm gonna give the Red Mage Ruse. That's a late game plan if I've ever seen one.
As we murder a very young lady after probably killing her children in daycare on the other side of the town.
That's what she gets for being a bouncer for the Black Magic Shop. So, we have the Lamp 3 hammer. This siege just has everything. I don't even know what
for armor.
Yeah, we sacrificed armor to give us everything else. We're gonna roll into Temple of Fiends with just like chain armor 3s and pro ring 5s and like ribbon 3s and not much else.
Whoa, sir. Being far too gracious there. At this point, our light warriors might be going naked, aside from some ribbon 3s and pro rings. All you need is hats and rings.
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb almost wanting to do that Earth dive and then decided no, because never Earth.
Mm-hmm. That's the lesson here.
That's the lesson. I will
also,
never
he's
learn
missing
that
the rod.
lesson.
No, wait, he's not missing the rod. The rod was topside of Earth. He's missing bottle for Oxyale.
Adamant, bottle, bridge, and ruby is what he's missing from bottom marsh.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like
about most of that.
Yeah. Especially with not having skilled XP per item on, it's really not hurting him much.
Oh, worth mentioning that our experience scaling today is based on orbs, not on key items. So that's awkward.
Yeah, I think our orb count is 0 here, Fizzle.
I mean, we have expert tracker Danny3883 who's keeping on top of all of this, and let me just look over there. That's 4 gray and that's 4 gray. Yeah, 0 orbs.
Any chance you're colorblind?
Can I answer that?
I would hope you could at this point in your life, but no, that was more of a joke. We have not seen a fiend kill just yet. We didn't see what Lich was packing, and Carrie, she was not too happy with Caleb.
Yeah, that.
I'll continue to take levels.
I don't think we're gonna see Caleb return to the carry fight until mid to high 20s.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take his options elsewhere.
Meanwhile, in Lupaville, we're gonna go get our chime.
Can't murder that one, Caleb. If anyone has Chris Hansen on speed dial, we would his number for unrelated reasons. I would like to make an anonymous report.
Caleb, I'm gonna need you to sit down here real quick. We need to talk about. We need to have a talk about all this that's happening.
We need to know who hurt you, bud.
Tyro, dedicated member of Team Steak. Having that yum scrumptious Tyro for dinner.
They look pretty lean. I'm not so sure that they are scrumptious.
Oh, we're going. Oh, we're going.
We're doing exactly what I said he would do, Fizzle.
Yes,
God,
exactly.
Sky.
Exactly as Moist Mogwai predicted, we are headed into Mirage Sky. See what we can loot out of here.
Called it 25 minutes ago.
Here, 5 cents. Iron -2. Oh my god.
And Falk making that Earth play again. I guess he's gonna go for the Lich here to see if he can't get that orb lead.
Yeah, to quote a wise philosopher, when life's got you down and you get knocked off that horse, you stand right back up and you eat that horse.
You know, my mom always told me never Earth, but if you're gonna Earth, at least Earth twice.
The double dips are the best dips.
Wise woman. Well beyond her years.
Caleb is having not that much luck trying to Lightning 3 these guards. That makes me think that they really rolled high up on their HP. I'm surprised that Quake didn't work. I thought they were weak to that, or at least not resistant to that.
They're looking a little bit beefy there. He's been ticking away a good amount of HP per hit there, and
yeah.
They didn't come to play. They're definitely guarding today, Fizzle.
I see what you did there.
Well, you heard what I did there, but I'll accept it.
We got a Rune 3 sword, and we've got a less than great axe. I love that it's the great -1 axe. It's just a little worse.
It's the okay axe. Like, it tried and it went to college, but it was a C student. Falconic having a little bit easier of a time getting through Earth Cave than I would say Caleb is having in Sky.
I mean, half the fun of Sky is that it's just a complete pain in the butt to try to get through.
It's been known to be a real stickler. Nuke 3 axe definitely coming in handy for him here, as that Black Mage just continually gets slapped. Continuing to have bad weapons. Falk is just not finding much in any of these dungeons he's decided to dive, but he still seems to be coming out okay.
Here we go. Less than greater than check. So, there's an important time in every runner's run where we ask ourselves, what do we still need? What do we still need? We need the loot. I don't believe we found the loot yet.
Well, Chaos Rush is on for this one, so I believe they started with loot. I could be misremembering that, but I will check that next time one of them goes into their menu.
Okay. And they have the key. Caleb does need the bottle in Marsh.
Yeah,
in
Danny,
theory, this could be canoeless.
Yeah, Danny did say on tracking we have loot, so I am remembering that correctly, which is very, 0 out of 10 for me on this one. God dang it, I know they got that loot.
As Falconic has pulled the Mighty Lich. I'm surprised they got through that with a straight face. Here we go, let's try fast. We're gonna try Quake Strats. Oh, for the first cake. Lich melees for 200. Meleeing 2 hits 125. Fast goes off after the nick of time. Round 2. Let's try fight. Let's try Quake. How about some fight and... How about some Quake? Quake 1. Nah. Thief Stab. 4 hits 162. That's more than I thought. Down goes the fighter. Let's try some more Quake. Still ineffective. Not getting that Deng Strat luck. Here we go. How about some more Quake? Nah. Maybe some more Quake. There we go. Finally fell into the crack. Is terminated. GG. First orb lit at 47 minutes.
6th round of diabetes the charm. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that does give him a 50% bonus to his progressive XP at this point.
The secret to good peer pressure is you continue to reaffirm the bad behavior firmly, but not to the point where like they get mad at you. So if you just keep handing the lich cake, and eventually he's gonna bite.
More wise words my mom told me?
Oh, probably. Caleb's still working on Mirage Tower, Ice 3s and nukes, trying to get him through the trash packs that are up here.
Without continuing to sail, I don't know that he remembers he didn't go back to Astos just yet.
So, I think he's hinging everything on an on-rack item shop check. We have the bottle, but we can't turn it in, so he doesn't have Oxyale. He doesn't, to the best of my knowledge, have Canoe.
He does not have Canoe. I haven't seen either runner find that just yet.
Right.
And realistically, I think the only checks we haven't seen are Sea Shrine and then Sky. Yeah, Sky at this point, because we just all love Mirage.
Ooh, we got a free lamp hammer. But he left. Caleb. I know you can't hear me right now, but I'm talking directly to you. You can't just leave the lamp hammer, man. It's like impolite.
10 out of 10 polite people would take that lamp hammer. Do see a cremate from the eye, which seemed to do nothing, but, you know, could be dangerous later on.
Meanwhile, over in the on-rack black magic shop, there was level 7 Quad X, which makes me a little sad, but it is that good of a spell. Oh hey, we found the canoe!
What's a silly boat doing in Sky?
It's a space boat. You get in the boat and you paddle through space, and you go to other planets, or just back to the one you started at.
Yeah, that's the most efficient form of travel I've heard. Really works on those tricep muscles.
It's got a little pedal crank wheel on the bottom of it, so that you can like do the arm paddling and the pedaling. You can go twice as fast in space.
Watch out now. This space technology, it's too much for me. He's still gonna continue to sail around the world, so it's okay. It's okay. I think he's gonna head his way down.
Yeah, I think he's headed in the direction of northwest. A little weird that I think he's banking on it being a northwest castle. I think he would have aimed for the Elfland Dock if he wanted to hit, if he thought he was going to have to hit Marshlocked after this.
Yeah.
Ice -5 armor on Caleb's side. Wow. Wow.
10 out of 10 armor this round. Just really great blacksmith in this town.
Is there anything left that's good?
Just the ribbon? I mean, we really haven't seen too much aside from that, and the pro rings that are for sale. I can't remember if we've seen Opal Bracelet, but I want to say if we did, it was like a -1 or something like that.
Yeah.
But we've seen Dragon Armor, which was terrible. Flame Armor, terrible.
Question in chat, Ice -5, isn't that basically chain? I think it's roughly equivalent to standard iron armor. It's plus or minus on that, but it's like sitting right around the area of regular old ice armor. Or it's like regular old iron armor.
That dang ice armor.
I think the best armor we have for a knight right now, there was like an opal -2, I think. And then we had flame -3.
Yeah, and I want to say the dragon was like -5, so in no shape, form, or fashion would I probably be wearing that at any point in the near future. Armor has not been kind to these gentlemen who both decided to do very clamped and beefy bosses.
Yeah. Oh well, it's fine. I ain't got anything today.
Fine. Cleared my schedule for this.
Falconic is in the air at 52 minutes and 45 seconds. He's got some catch-up to do, but Caleb has been really being slowed down by a lot of these beefy clamp trash packs.
He does, but he does already have that bottle to turn in here while he's up here, and that is something Caleb is still missing, albeit he does have the canoe now. And maybe, just maybe, we will not really see any armor worth anything. But at very least, it's a decent sword.
Oh hey, Whizvamps have first spell nuke.
That's what we call sadness, folks. And here's the shop item, the tail.
Neat.
I don't know that they really have a ton of use for it now, since the Excalibur gave them really no bonuses, but, you know, in theory it's nice.
We've got that for sale in, I think it was Canaria, the Vorpal 3. That is a very realistic option for endgame right now, I think.
Based on what they've found so far, yes. I know it's his favorite of all swords, but I don't know. It's been a dicey seed, regardless of that.
I think if we're measuring, so we've got ginormous clamped bosses, so that already kind of tilts things in favor of the Vorpal. If we've got Mazza -2 versus Vorpal 3, I'm taking Vorpal.
I mean, we do have a lot more people that can wear it versus not, so, I mean, it's not a bad option. Fox gonna go ahead and pick up a slab, so now he is going to at least have that chime, and I believe, yeah, while he was in Astos, he would have gotten that keys as well. This is what it looks like to not murder dragons.
Yeah, I mean, you're already taking their stuff, and they're chill about it. There's no reason to just, like, yell at them until they leave the house.
I don't even think that other one was in Caleb's way.
Yep, Falconic wants class change right now, probably to get spell charges on definitely the ninja, possibly also the knight. No, the knight will get life too, so this is just a good idea all around.
Yeah, why not at this point? You're already up here checking for other items that you, well, I don't think he really needs anything at this point other than gear, but if you're already shopping around, why not? Another nuke 3-axe there in the wild.
Ooh.
Never hurts to have. A little bit bold to be going after Tiamat at this point after we saw what Carrie had, and also these airs are packing some good HP and hits.
That's a lot of hit points.
Yeah, 2 rounds of nuke there. Looks like Falconic is going to go ahead and try Volcano, which I believe there was a little bit of good gear in here, but
there's a lot in Armory. That's where he found Opal Bracelet, a Nuke Axe. There was also... Yeah, the Cure 4 thing was found in here. The Wall thing was found in here. This is just going to be all kinds of good stuff.
He is far lower level than Caleb was when he attempted this. I believe Caleb was at level 16 across most of his Light Warriors, and Falconic seems to be at about 12 on most of them. Don't know how I like those odds.
Meanwhile, Caleb is having a heck of a time in the Sky 4F maze. Now, in the Final Fantasy 1 randomizer, we do things to 4th floor Sky. We can either leave it the way it is, or we can move where the teleporters are and not tell you, or we can just, like, put walls everywhere and make it a giant maze. It's fun.
That's what we use the wall stack for, right?
I actually kind of like the, I do kind of like the maze option. It makes that floor a bit more monstrous than it otherwise would be.
Yeah, especially when you clamp the trash packs, it can be a lot more deadly than you would have really liked to have hoped.
Yeah, we're dodging nuke whiz-vamps in here. Those, for instance. Hoping that we can get through without that happening.
Again.
We nailed it.
Flawless. Flawless.
Hashtag commentary curse. Sorry, Caleb.
Sorry. As I'm sure the keyboard or the controller is now taking fatal damage. The beefy guards we ran into earlier as well. I don't think they had anything nasty. I think they just had a lot of HP.
They have an unreasonable amount of HP, so I'm curious why we're taking the fight. We might be doing low level, or not low level, but low floor grinding to try and get levels before we attempt that 4th floor again. Or we're just going to take experience as we go, hoping that Lightning 3 isn't going to be necessary for much that's up here.
I was about to say I would have agreed because he had a good bit of real estate still in his bag, but you're not going to go this far in and then go back out. This is
Warp was in Gaia. Or no, they have exit. No, they don't have exit. Exit was promotion locked. So yeah, that was pretty far in to worry about grinding.
Yeah, and with only one of them being promotioned and didn't go shopping for magic after, that doesn't really be a concern right now.
Caleb once again finds the space canoe.
Just as exciting as the first 2 times. Space
boat! The cursed space canoe. All who lay their hands on it meet an untimely fate by getting nuked by whiz-vamps.
Who knew they were so passionate about their boats, Fizzle?
When you enter Space Cave, you either win or you die.
Seems to be kind of like 0-2 at this point. Space Cave, dangerous cave.
But hey, we got our second nuke axe again, and now we're going to tackle the 4th floor maze, which it looks deceptively open. I say that from my vantage point. It looks deceptively open enough that I feel like we should have seen an exit by now.
I'm hoping he remembered the route he took last time, because he did seem to get lost there for just a second, but if he can just get a straighter path to where he thinks that exit's gonna be, I think he'll be alright.
Yeah.
Granted, then he has to then fight the Bridge of Destiny and Tiamat, which is no easy feat in its own, but it's not whiz-vamps with Nuke.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, well, we caught sight of the exit. It's down 1, right 3. How do we get there?
I don't know that we've seen him gone left yet to wrap around, but at least we have our sights on it this time. That seems to be correct-ish. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
We did it! We got there!
And we get glanced. What a welcoming committee that we have here, folks.
Final Fantasy I randomizer. It's not always this.
Welcome to our space bridge. Did you bring your boat? Good.
Yep, as Falconic is picking up Life 2 on that night. Oh, Thunder. Thunder out of the fighters.
Making okay work of them. Look, he should have Life 2 up on that red mage to bring Black Mage back alive. I don't know that he has softs. He does have exactly one.
Alright, all we have to do is not run into fighters again.
I might have taken that whole bridge before using it, but either way, if he's gone, so. He's a far better runner than I'll ever be. I'm sure he's got this.
We await the inevitable wipe as Caleb crosses. No Warmech. No Warmech.
Sad space boat noises.
Yeah.
Let's see what this Tiamat's about. Obviously we know Lich wasn't much, Carrie had a lot.
So So we're going to have the dueling strategies of Nuke Axes versus Bane strats. Let's see what gets there. Fast.
Fast? Okay.
Really? Tiamat says, hold up.
Wait a minute. I heard you guys got Bane. I don't want any of that.
Yeah. We'll try melee. That missed. I have a feeling we're about to go back to Nuke Axe strategy.
It does seem to be paying off, albeit a little bit slow. It's hitting.
Final Red Mage Bane, ineffective. Tiamat tries hold up. Red Mages haven't none of that. 2 Nuke Axes, both for right around 100. With the clamps, this Tiamat's gonna have a minimum, I think, of 1,000 hit points. And a maximum of like 5,000. So...
slow and steady? Or slow and lay down?
Well, we just lost our last Bane caster, so we are on slow and steady strats. Oh, there we go.
But they paid off, so now we see 1 orb on
yeah.
Caleb's side, 1 orb on Falconic's side. They were tied in those regards. Perseverance only took the 3rd try, but Caleb hang in there. And I don't think Carrie's really going to be much of a fight for him at this point if he goes back. So that'll be easy 2nd orb for him.
Yeah, I'd buy into that. But there's got to be a nagging thought in the back of Caleb's mind right now. Where's that bottle at?
Well, you know, if we could go check old ordeals. Be a little bit disappointed because I'm sure we're not going to find any magically good gear in here unless he finds another ribbon, but, you know, it's on the table. Falk still making his way down, seeing that, you know, bottom of Volcano is a little bit more of a disappointment here. Going to get our first and maybe only look at ordeals tonight. Because Caleb is only really missing, as far as what he needs, that bottle and maybe tail if you want more magic.
As Falconic picks up his cure math problem. Now I know we're not supposed to do math on Twitch, but how do we refer to that sword? Do we call it the Cure 3, or do we call it the Cure 4-1, and then get corrected in chat?
Order of operations, Pimtus? I don't... Roy G. Biv?
Yeah, we'll just put if we... The one thing I remember from math is that if we just put brackets around everything, we can just, like, throw our hands up and leave the room.
Yeah, especially if there's a multiplication in the front of the equation. Over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. Caleb is having a heck of a time with this pillar maze.
He is, and with them not knowing warp, his only choice is to continue to play these lovely rhythm. I fall asleep to this at night. It's very relaxing.
I wake up to this every work morning.
It's my white noise machine. Falk seems to be taking more fights on his way down, thinking maybe he can get some more experience along his way. He'd be a little bit right, and he's gonna see this as a very disappointing chest.
That might be his salvation. If he took more fights headed down than Caleb did, and he gets better luck with turn ordering, he might fare better against this carry 1 fight.
Yeah, she came out swinging a little bit hard, but it wasn't... Carrie wasn't too scary, if I may. Just, you know, angry, bitter at the world.
Really mad.
Just really mad. Might have the corona. Unsure.
We're moving Fear Gauntlet around. Are we about to see some chicanery?
You know, physical. We just might.
Or we're gonna do the boring thing and just fast the fighter and go nuts.
Also not a bad play. And it seems like Caleb found only in there 17,000 gold, and that was about it. And he resets out and said, "Nah, I'm good."
No, we're good. We're doing fear strats. That didn't work. How about some temper and some fast? With some fear strats. That didn't work. So, worth noting that Carrie is actually technically vulnerable to fear in that it's a status attack, and Carrie, I'm pretty sure Carrie 1 is either vulnerable or just not resistant to status element. But I'm also pretty sure that fear has Garbo accuracy, so this might not matter.
Well, he did Terrifier. He did get one hit out of that fear gauntlet, so you know, going for a one-shot wonder maybe over here. And it worked, so now we're at 2 orbs for Falk, 1 for Caleb as he makes his way back down here to Carrie, knowing what she's packing. I think we kind of even upped our race here a little bit, other than the bottle and the tail, which, I mean, Caleb has to know what he hasn't checked at this point, so...
Right. Caleb is rapidly running out of options of things to check, but he still does have the entirety of Earth Cave ahead of him, and Bottom Marsh, and Ice Cave. That's still a lot of areas that there's a mystery thing in that Caleb knows he needs. Falconic's essentially in go mode, but not with the levels to carry him to the end of the game. It'll be interesting to see who fixes their problem the fastest.
And we know Earth Cave had nothing. Ordeals had nothing. So is it going to be Ice Cave that holds extra ribbons for our runners tonight? Or maybe even C. We've seen none of C so far.
I think there's going to be a ribbon in a C greed chest. Because I don't want you to be the only one who's bad at called shots tonight.
And before all mermaids.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically Keylock Marsh could as well, but I don't foresee anybody touching that other than maybe Caleb on his second dive down there.
Yeah.
Falk making his way to Fane, gonna be disappointed because I think they just gave money to Caleb while he made his first attempt here.
No, it was the.
I'm sorry, yeah,
it was a chime. But I think there was a peak in the level 8 magic shops, and those were garbage.
Yeah.
Caleb taking advantage of the best healing spell in the game, Life 2. It heals 1 more hit point than Cure 4.
Also, there was definitely nothing on that wall. Just so you know, Carrie does not hang art.
Yeah. It's a volcano. You'd have to deal with, like, colors running and stuff like that. I can understand that. But you gotta have something to welcome your guests in, right? Like,
you have some pretty sweet obsidian art, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
or
some
just carve things into the wall. Just like take a sharpened stick and just like draw smiley faces on the walls. Just something to make your guests feel welcome. It's not that much to ask.
I definitely would not be skeptical walking into a on-fire cave with lava on the floor with carved smiley faces. Just screams welcoming and not sacrifice.
Caleb easily mows down Carrie 1. Goes to light his second orb. It's 2 orbs to 2 orbs, but Falk still has the advantage right now.
He does still have, I don't want to say small advantage, because it really depends on the route that Caleb wants to take. He could either go the direct route and find exactly what he needs, or he could waste time on Earth. And it looks like he's gonna waste time on Earth. Lottery numbers still going, $2 a pop. I'll be here all night. Maybe. Falk going ahead and encountering the guards that are a little bit beefy, but I think with the little bit of gear that he has, it's just going to be easy XP for him. Be very curious to see if he's going to walk out and just save that experience.
Ooh.
Preemptively.
Caleb actually taking the Dragon -5 armor. I think he's banking on the resistances being good enough to overcome, basically being worse than steel armor.
That's my favorite kind of armor. But basically worse than.
I mean, that's the theme of the seed, right? You know, hey, you like this armor? What if it was like a whole tier worse?
What if it hasn't been tarnished or polished in 6 years? How would you feel about it? Great?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a gently used car that you pulled up the Carfax on that's been crashed twice and also repainted. Probably nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Or it's like the Homer Simpson car that has speed holes in it.
Gently used. Previous owner did not smoke in this.
Yeah. One owner, tiny old lady.
16 collisions in the Kroger parking lot. With only herself and the car park.
I've actually lived that nightmare. Years and years ago, like just after I got my license, I was in a Walmart parking lot and driving at 5 miles an hour looking for a spot, and an old lady actually just straight up backed right into me. I was already directly behind them when they started backing up, and then they just whoink, and it's just like, all right, well, no damage occurred, so we're just gonna pretend this didn't happen, and not even kidding. She was just like, oh, I'm so sorry this happened. I mean, I sideswiped a light pole on the way here, and it's just like, oh my god. What?
So what? Casually says that like it's okay. That makes the situation so much worse. Had that happen my first year of driving, except I was in a parking spot, and this woman just fucking revved on the gas. And then drove off. And I was 17 and didn't know what to do. Good times, good times.
So Caleb is still full clearing. Do we remember anything in Earth Cave that was actually kind of nice? My gut says no.
I'm gonna say no, and the notes in front of me also indicate that it's a no. I know there were no loose items here, and I want to say they just found the bad gear.
Yeah.
You know, like the Pro Cave -5s and the like.
Mm-hmm. As Falconic is actually making pretty good work of Mirage Sky, I think we're going to see both of them hit 3 orbs at roughly the same time.
Knowing Caleb's in here, I mean, he does, I think, still have the level advantage, but the fact that he is taking this whole Earth, I mean, he's got Rod, so he'll finish it while he's here. We know Lich isn't anything too much to deal with, but there's still that looming bottle, and he still does not have the tail, which gives Falk the benefit of that life too, which I'm sure is going to come in handy, even with the Fiend Talus being on.
And even with him also leaving the Lamp Hammer behind. I can't believe you've done this. So let's get into the mind of Caleb real quick. There's one of the things about gambling, especially in Final Fantasy 1, but you can apply it to any randomizer, is that once you commit to something, like, don't go back and double check it. Just assume that it was the right decision. And of course, it's one thing to say that. Everyone always goes against it. You know, the paranoia sets in and you go, what if, you know, there were 4 million key items in Top Marsh? What if the rest of them were in Bottom Marsh? So that paranoia might get to him, and I hope it does. I hope it does.
I hope it does, but hindsight is always... I mean, we've all been there. I mean, I think I've done 2 races now where I've smashed my face into Marsh Cave and it played out to nothing other than frustration. So it's kind of one of those... mean, obviously we didn't find anything else in Earthcave, but we did get a pretty easy orb out of here, which gave Falk the early lead as far as progressive XP went. And since he was behind on levels, that was a huge advantage. But it's gonna be one of those that we're gonna have to see what the equalizer is gonna be, I think, in Topher.
Topher is likely to be full of equalizers, given that we're on 500% clamped. Ooh, a Mewtwo helmet.
Caleb continuing his body count. Going out of his way at this point.
This is what working through frustration looks like.
This is making a massacre. Caleb will be on the 5 o'clock local news for all of you interested. No interview, only cuffs.
It's gonna be bad when Caleb goes before the judge, and the judge is just like, "Sir, are you aware just how many bats you went through today?"
Not even just the bats, the dwarves, the ladies, the townspeople. The evidence is not on his side.
But the good news is that if he undoes the 2,000-year time loop, will any of it have actually happened?
It won't, but that red mage will never forget the atrocities that fighter has committed. Falk, I think, saw that teleport a little bit late, walking right, but past it. What are you?
I think that was the entrance one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done basically a circle, walking up, right, down, left, and now is headed towards the left.
I was furiously making an optometrist appointment. Caleb making light work out of the Earth Cave, and I think he's realized it's marsh.
Yep. You gotta buy everything out of the key item store. You can't just leave stuff.
I mean, technically we could have left that out of it. Oh, and we see our first Warbeck of the game.
Who put that robot in here? Now, it's worth noting, and I didn't want to make a big deal out of this because I wanted it to occur naturally. Warbeck was unleashed in this flag set. I'm a little surprised that we've gone 80 minutes before finding our first one. Unless they have, like, hair trigger resets, where it's just, like, they see the silhouette of the lovely metallic chicken legs, and they just, wha-bam, reset.
Unleashed is a very good term for what that Warbeck just did to that poor light warrior. He had hands, and he gave them. They were for free, 50% off.
Yeah. Buy one, get one right now.
Buy one, get 3.
But wait, there's more. You can get this recently unattached spleen with your proof of purchase.
For the low price of nothing. Here's some lacerations. But you know, class change, have some, I wouldn't say plenty, but we have a good pool of life 2s to go around for the party, so. Not too much skin off of that poor warrior's nose.
Looks like Caleb wants to take Frostwolf Frost Giant as a grind tile, but Frostwolves have poison damage out of the gate, so I think this is going to be not the grind tile for us.
You know, I've been wrong this entire round, so, you know.
I mean, that's no reason to stop now.
Yeah.
What's the hashtag super accurate Moist Mogwai prediction for what Falconic's doing next?
Hashtag meteorologist. It's gonna rain tomorrow, folks. I know that by looking at a map. There's a lot of ocean out there.
You see the red squiggly bits? That's where the bad is.
That's evaporation. Heat wave Wait, no, that's the blue one.
Caleb seems to be settling on the sandworm tile. This seems a lot safer than the last one we tried. But they're starting to run away, and that's a little awkward for when you're trying to grind.
That is exactly the opposite of grinding. Running away. Accurate. Have you thought about a future in meteorology?
Sure, let me give my audition. There's a poison smoke front coming in on the horizon. It just hit Falconic's Tiamat. He has 3 orbs.
Woo! So what do people do when they end the cast, right? That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just... Yeah. they just throw their lapel mic on the floor and just be like, yeah!
Owl broker out! Okay, I'm gonna still give this... It's still a little bit of advantage to Falco over here. Pretty good on levels, class changed already, has the tail, and can go straight to C from here on out. Now, how deadly C wants to be, don't know. Is he gonna check mermaids? We'll find out.
I'm gonna go in the other direction. I think, despite the fact that he's gonna have to do bottle turn-in, and despite the fact that he's almost certainly gonna do tail turn-in, I think the levels that Caleb has right now are like the bare minimum necessary for what this Topher is gonna end up being. So Falk's still got a grind that he has to resolve, and I don't know where that's gonna happen.
That's true. I think the class change really is. I don't want to say it's important. We obviously don't know what's going to be in Temple of Fiends Revisited just yet, but having to go over 2 Fiend Trap Tiles and then Chaos, I think as many Life 2s as you can get. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm. Either way, it's definitely a very, very close race right now.
Yeah, and by lead, I meant very minimal, if any. I mean, he just has the bottle already, doesn't have to stop at Gaia, already has the tail, already class change, so it's just a little bit of time advantage if he can get through this smoothly, but then again, he does still have to find a place to get those levels. Mm-hmm. As he murders Cope's friend.
Poor Cope's friend. Poor Cope's friend who stands in the way of, you know, riding the super barrel. But don't gatekeep rides at the amusement park, folks.
You don't have to testify if you're married, right?
They can't arrest a husband and a wife for the same crime.
Asking for a friend. Caleb gonna go ahead and feed Titan and realize there's absolutely nothing here. I think there was a little bit of gold, but not anything worth it at this point.
Ice -3 sword is not better than any of the alternatives we have.
Great, and memory's on top.
Just to express frustration, he's just gonna like slam the airship into the Titan's cave entrance and head off elsewhere.
We call that the old lady in the Walmart parking lot. When in doubt, reverse.
Yep, there's that warp.
So helpful at this point. You know, that waterfall and ice game we didn't do.
I have to imagine that at this point Falk is only checking greed chests for an easy ribbon, but I think he's in go mode. Caleb still seems to be looking for things. Oh hey, his robot friend.
Oh hi!
Hi, robot friend.
Hello, Unleash. Do you know there are leash laws in this side of Canaria? Silly boot. This is the part where we Bob Barker spay and neuter your pets?
I guess. Yeah. Make sure that you know you keep the Warmech population under control.
At least on a leash, please. Light warriors are getting bodied. Gonna get our first look at Kraken 1. The memory serves this is never fun, so I'm gonna say that and maybe commentary bless him.
I'm gonna ballpark somewhere around 8 to 12 hits. 1 Bane, 2 Bane. Swing, and Brack. Oh, we have Brack now. Yay! First Bane, no. Kraken starts with Ink. That's helpful. Let's try Bane number 2. Nope, let's try Brack. Dang. Swing. 4 hits, 4 damage.
Whew. High roller. I'm gonna put this more on the difficult side of things, Fizzle.
Let's try Thief Stab, 4 hits, 4 damage. Let's try Fighter Stab, 3 hits, 3 damage. We're going in the wrong direction. Let's Ruse. Incoming Blaze does Blaze things. Almost takes out the Brack machine. Brack goes out.
Oh my god.
The pizzas. We have an crispy calamari. Or is it stale calamari? How does Petrify work with calamari?
I'm gonna go with spoiled. I don't think I've ever wanted my seafood to be exclaimed as petrified.
Yeah, that's fair. You probably wouldn't want to see that on the menu.
I wouldn't come back, let's say that.
0 stars, Zagan.
I'll take my check after the water, please.
So, Falk is almost certainly just going to load up on heal pots and head for Temple of Fiends. Caleb is headed straight for C. Let's see how many boxes get opened up.
Oh, he's saying error to no heal pots in this house, sir.
Alright. I mean, sure.
I think he's going for the fast and loose first dive, and then adjusting for it. Or he's gonna check... Locked? Alright, well... Nope, okay.
No.
I'll just shut up and write more notes. Mo is always wrong.
Oh, hey, it's Short Topher. We got a Quake Staff, a free Pro Ring, some more Open Gauntlets, $2, $60, $20, and some Fiend Tiles.
Away. And as Danny is pointing out to us, at 1 minute 29... Not 1 minute. 1 hour, 29 minutes, 21 seconds. I can read so goodly. Falconic enters the Temple of Fiends. Short revisited.
Enters the Temple of Fiends at a blistering 1 minute, 29 minutes, and 21 minutes. Goes left first. Meets a Kraken, eats a Tornado. Trying Bane strats. I
mean, if it worked once, why not? Maybe he wants to save charges for further on? Just to see what this is made out of.
As I recall, Kraken 2 has 200 MDef, but doesn't resist poison, which is why we still get the 6% chance for Brack to work. That extra chance does not translate to Bane, though. I don't think Bane quite gets there. I think Bane is still 3 and 256.
He's going for distance. He's going for speed.
Going for hope more than anything else at this point.
I don't even know if hope. It might be desperation at this point, boys.
Yep, nope, we're done with that Kraken fight. Yep, we're not dealing with that.
Not it.
No. Let's head the other direction. Okay, Carrie. Potentially can deal with this.
Usually less scary than Kraken. I'll accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we can do here. Definitely going more on the offensive.
So, Temper, incoming fire 3. That's going to be fine. That was actually fine for the Black Wizard, too. Fast goes out. Nuke goes out for 191. Swing and a miss.
That was a wiffle bat miss there, Fizzle.
Yeah, that was a big ol' whiff.
He might have been holding the bat the wrong way as well.
Yeah, you gotta hold the sword by the hand. Ooh, ow.
Okay, but throwing up the Lock 2 strats, because they do have that flag turned on where Lock and Lock 2 always hit.
Well, we had the Lock 2 strats, and that one seems to have not helped much.
But it's on Lock. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, was fine. Down goes the knight. It's information at this point, and the information is that Carrie hurts.
Yeah, I think I might be rather Kraken on that side at this point.
Yeah. Kraken was at least very attached to, like, a not very effective spell and skill list. I mean, there was a tornado, but after that it was just kind of meh.
But we didn't see the punching that Carrie was offensing there.
Question in chat. What are these bosses clamped to? 500%.
100 to 500% to be exact. Both of these runners love to hate themselves at the end of the day. It's a weird hobby. But these are the flags they decided on.
Yeah, the beauty of the FFR Irongol Heavy Metal Championship is that no one can tell them what to do. They collectively decided on this, gestures and monitor.
Not only decided, agreed, and we're happy about it.
Right. It was actually, so from what was initially proposed, they quote-unquote improved it to include 4 forced. So...
improvement!
Yeah.
We've done it. We're innovating.
So, Gershark Big Eye tile is actually really good if these things don't have that much HP. 2 rounds I think is good enough. This might be Falk's time to grind. Yep, I'm gonna commit to this one.
And based on the other tiles we found, this probably is the best one that is the quickest to access.
I think so, except for the part where Gersharks have Cure 4. That's a little awkward.
Yeah, you know.
Who put this Cure 4 here?
Can I get a Cure -4?
Yeah, I will trade this Cure 4 -1 for your Cure 4.
Procade -5?
Yeah, I'll sweeten the deal with this Cap -1.
I'll go back for that lamp hammer.
Oh no, it's the big guys that have Cure 4. Okay.
Luckily for him, it doesn't seem like they really have much defense whatsoever, so...
Yeah, I think at 250% clamp trash, this is the best grind tile that we could ask for. The only question is, how high are we going?
That is the question, but he at least knows what he would face going either side initially, and that's something that Caleb does not have knowledge of yet, and he is trying to make his way through Kraken 1 right now. And has it, well, I wouldn't say no problem, but got him.
Alright, and they're roughly equivalent in level right now.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. I'm not sure if we saw Caleb go back and buy magic for that night just yet, so I'm not sure if he's done all of his shopping, but as far as neck and neck, I mean, we're there.
Now, as our resident betting woman, where do you think Falk is going to end this grind?
Well, glad you asked. He'll probably take it to 33, 34.
Okay.
And then maybe do a little bit of shopping for health pots while he's right near Canaria. But I don't... He obviously knows what he's going up against. That left side does seem to be more easier off the bat. So he'll probably go back to the Kraken side of things as the dwarf has to die again. But I don't think he's going to waste too much time here. He knows Caleb's a great player. He knew what they were both signing up for. He knows if he is ahead, it's not by a lot.
I think Caleb has possibly the better knowledge here. Caleb knows that he could have been in go mode for the longest time because it was just right there in Marsh. He's got to have the idea, what if Falk did that thing that I did not do? How far behind am I?
Yeah, without a doubt, I think if Caleb would have done that Marsh play sooner, he would have been the one really that got to do that first Topher dive. Whether or not he would have gotten through, we don't know. I mean, we've seen the first 4 rounds on each side. So there's really nothing to say whether or not it gets nastier or easier from there.
Right.
And as a betting woman, I mean, 36 looks a lot like 34 if you read it real squiggly sideways and small.
Yeah, if you just grab one of those dumb cursive fonts that no one can read, numbers can be whatever you want.
Wingdings? Yep, got it.
Yeah. FFR Wingdings patch when?
I'll get on it immediately. The top men are on it. Just as a side note, because I don't think we mentioned it in the first part of our intro, I did mention there are stakes at play here for whoever wins this Irongol match, other than just the 4th spot, which I believe Caleb holds right now with a 3-4 win-loss ratio.
I believe so.
If Caleb wins this match, Falconic has to enter the spring tournament. If Falconic wins this match, Caleb has to let Falconic pick 3 rounds of Swiss party comp, but Caleb gets to pick the weeks that he picks those party comps on. So the stakes are a little bit high for either person. One person's gonna have a big time commitment, the other person's gonna have a very dicey party comp commitment. Which, if I had to pick one, I think I would pick the spring tourney entrant.
Yeah. I would hate to have 3 rounds of Swiss parties dictated to me. That would be the worst thing in the world.
I absolutely agree. I think that's why he went with the stipulation he gets to pick the weeks, so maybe he can hopefully pad his first 3 wins if he were so lucky. But boy, that's an uphill battle. But both the runners tonight are definitely having fun. Stakes on the line. This is probably Falconic's first race in a good 6 to 8 months, so it's a good time for all those here.
He's doing excellent. Just crossed level 40. I think the carry fight and the Kraken fight have kind of put the fear of God in him, and if he's going past 40, I wonder if we're just going the whole distance to 50.
We might. I mean, he definitely does have that knowledge in it. An hour, 39 minutes, and I think 32-ish seconds, we see Caleb enter Temple of Fiends Revisited, going to arguably the very harder side, and instantly resets out.
Yep, that's a good choice.
Nope.
Let's check these boxes. There's gotta be a Ribbo 3 up here, right?
Yeah, you would hope, but that we already know that is not the case. It's disappointment upon disappointment. But if that hasn't been the theme for the treasure chest in this seed, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. We got Fast, we got Temper, Incoming Lightning 2. That did a lot to the Ninja and the Black Wizard. Fast goes off, Temper goes off. Temper goes off. Ready, steady, swing with a Vorpal. 7 hits for 643. This looks a lot better than the fight we saw earlier. Let's try some more Temper, and some more Temper. Incoming hit, 10 hits for 900. Well, we're gonna have to come up with a non-Vorpal-based plan. Temper hits the corpse, Temper hits the corpse. Let's try what we're doing this round. How about some Nuke Axes, and maybe some Nuke, and some Nuke. Incoming Lightning 2, does Lightning 2 things. Actually, that was a lot of damage. Outgoing Nuke, 124. Let's try casting it for 139, and another cast. For 282, Kraken 2 is still there, and that's north of 1,300 hit points at this point, I believe. We're warming up a Quad X. Kraken 2 doesn't like that. Punishes the Black Wizard for its sins. Outgoing Nuke, 149. Let's try Nuke. How about some Ruse? We do not want to get hit with that melee attack. Outgoing Nuke. For 129, down goes Kraken 2. We have made it past a Fiend.
But at what price? See Falconic go against the grain here and go the right side.
That's going to be bad news for him. He's going to have Tiamat on deck because here's our Lich fight. A Vorpal swing. 3 hits, 55. Alright, a well-armored Lich. Fast goes off. Incoming, inconsequential melee. Outgoing, 2 hits, 32. Let's try Quake. Nah. Swing, swing. We're going to be disrespecting this Lich 2 up and down the street. Swing, 5 hits, 151, it's progress. Quake, down goes Lich 2. Here comes Caleb. Going straight in. Are we going to do any last minute adjustments? We're going to top off our hit points. And just go straight in. Here we go. Let's try swing. And some Nuke. With some Ruse and a Fast. First swing, 1 hit 97. That bodes unwell. Fast goes off. Nuke goes out. 274. Ruse goes off. Chaos. Slow 2 misses the Knight. That's gotta be a moment for Caleb. Let's try Fasting the Ninja. Outgoing swing. Miss. Nuke Axe for 161. Fast goes off. Fasts the Ninja. Ruse goes off. That's 2 of 3 casts. Incoming Nuclear. Big damage on the Ninja. Bad damage on the mages as well. How about some Nuke? How about some more Nuke? And we're gonna fast the Red Mage. Incoming Ice 2 does Ice 2 things. Nuke. For 112, another Nuke. For 115, a third Nuke. For 118. We're hovering around probably 600-ish damage at this point. We're gonna try tempering that Ninja. How about some Nuke? Incoming Blizzard. That was pretty sedated for a Blizzard. Temper goes off on the Ninja. Nuke goes out. For 140, swing with the Morphle. 1 hit 77, swing with the other sword. 1 hit 115. We need more than that. All power is going to the Ninja. We're gonna bank on the Ninja having the increased hit growth. Swing goes out, 1 hit for 101. Chaos Dries Rub, doesn't work. Temper goes off. The Knight using Cure 4, keeping that Ninja topped off. We're putting everything, all our eggs going into this Ninja basket. Temper goes off. Tempering the Knight, down goes the Black Mage. Ninja Swing goes out, miss. Knight Swing goes out, 1 hit, 88. Let's go back to the Nuke base strategy, see what we can do there. Nuke for 161, incoming. Stop, Ninja stop. Knight is tempered. Swing. And, nope, we're gonna Cure 4 and undo that stun. And while we're at it, we're gonna wall the Ninja. That seems like a good thing to do right now. Ninja's back up, Ninja is walled. Chaos fasts. Given how attached Chaos has been to the spell list so far, that might be an okay round. Outgoing Nuke for 248. Outgoing Nuke for 156. Incoming Fire 3. Everyone is resisting at this point, so we're good to go. Outgoing Nuke for another 140. We gotta be closing in on base hit points at this point, but again, this is 500% clamped. Don't know where we're going. 122. Let's try Cure 4. Incoming Nuke. Disaster. That's 2 party members down to double-digit hit points. We're gonna try and Cure 4 that Ninja. Incoming Swirl. Down goes the Ninja. Down goes the Red Mage. Cure 4 hits a corpse. That's not good. Let's try Cure 4ing ourselves. We get there. Incoming Lightning 2. That was basically a free round. Let's try swinging. Outgoing. Crit for 92. Let's go back to Nuke. Incoming Nuclear. We're still doing well. For 330, Chaos is terminated. Caleb finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 34 seconds. GG to Caleb.
GG.
Falconic trying his own Chaos fight right now. The Red Mage gets slow 2'd. I don't know if he was banking on that Red Mage with Ruse lasting, but we're going to have to come up with a different plan. Let's try Lock Strats. We are going with that plan still. We're going to fast the Red Mage. Lock 2 goes off. Swing and a miss. Fast. Hits. Ninja Swings. 2 hits, 86. We got a lot of hit points to go through. Let's try some Nuke Axes. How about some more Lock 2? How about swing? How about Ruse? We got to get Evade Cap. Nuke goes out, 152. Swing. Miss. Ruse. That Red Mage should be Evade Capped. Not that Black Mage, though. It got punched for 300. Lock 2 goes out. It's easy to hit. New round. Let's try some Nuke Sticks. Going through all the Lock 2 charges while we still can. Swing with the Knight. Swing with the Red Mage. Incoming punch for 162. Doesn't do much. Outgoing swing is fine. 1 hit, 1 damage. That's not good. Lock 2. Easy to hit. The Red Mage. 5 hits, 5 damage. That's a lot of hits, but it's not the damage we were looking for. We got to reserve some of those temper charges for the Red Mage, I think. We might be... Yep, we're going to be tempering up the Red Mage. Here we go. Nuke goes out. 248. Mazza Swing. Miss. Incoming Ice 2. Does Ice 2 things. The Knight takes a lot of damage, but a lot of hit points. That's not the worst thing in the world. 2 tempers go out. Next round. The Ninja's out of tempers and is basically on Nuke Stick duty at this point. Black Mage temper. Knight Cure 4ing. Red Mage tempering. Incoming punch for 219. Ninja's still there. Cure 4. Gets the Ninja back to full. Temper goes off. Nuke goes out. 136. Try some more nuke sticks. Try some more tempering. A swing, and the red mage is going to go on the attack. Nuke for 116. Rub happens. Doesn't do anything. Red mage swing, 7 hits, 91. And Knight swing, 3 hits, 133. That's progress. We know that Chaos is not that far above base. Let's try some more temper. Nuke goes out. 144. Lock 2. This might be the last lock 2. And some more tempering. Knight swings. 4 hits, 4 damage. Incoming. Stop. Black mage is stopped. Knight is stopped. But that's okay, because we're putting everything on the red mage. Chaos fasts. This might be a little bit more dangerous. There's been more melee attacks over here. Nuke for 256. Swing. 6 hits, 208. This is a good direction. We just need to keep up this momentum. Swing. 7 hits, 75. That's not the momentum I hoped for. Down goes the black mage to fire 3. Nuke goes out. 133. It's only a matter of time at this point. Incoming nuke does not that much damage. It could have been a lot worse. Outgoing swing, 3 hits, 33, and 2 hits, 2 damage. Let's get back on that nuke stick. And we're looking in the red mage magic. We're trying to figure out if there's something better than what we're doing. We're going to try nuke stick. For 129, nuke stick goes out. For 134, down goes Chaos. Falconic finishes in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 58 seconds. GG to him, and welcome to the booth, Mr. Caleb.
Hey! I did it!
You did it!
Man, this was a... Where was Warmech? I thought Warmech was unleashed.
Well, he was for one of you.
Oh, man.
I'll be honest, we didn't even see our first Warmech until like an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking, and there was no Warmech to be found, and then Falconic was like, I found our friend! And I was like, good, you keep him company. I got boxes to open. Oh, man. This was a lot of fun.
I can say from a commentary standpoint, it was also a lot of fun. And you did not want to meet or pen pal Warmech. I can assure you that.
Uh-huh.
He touched hard.
He touched real hard.
All right, so I gotta ask, how did you feel about those forced parties?
As far as 4 forced goes, it could have been a lot worse. So this was a functional, viable party. You know, it was fine. Like, I was worried that we would miss out on life access, but with it at level 2, it was super good.
I was hoping for something much worse. When he said he wanted 4 forced, as if that was like his trump card against me, I was just cackling, going, "This guy has no idea who he's up against."
Oh, it wasn't.
Then, of course, the 4 force happened to be just a very bland standard party. So, it's a good party. It just wasn't fun.
It was not a trump card against you. It's just what I've been challenging everybody to with the Irongol stuff. So it's a good party. It's the fun. It's what I like about the Irongol stuff is you can run all kinds of weird random flag sets and get to show off all the different fun things that the randomizer can do outside of like a main progression tournament kind of thing. So my answer back to all the weird flags that people have been challenging me to has just been 4 forced and blurst weapons. Let's try to make a Wear Sword 5 work.
Yeah, it seemed like we got cursed on a lot more stuff. I was kind of thinking that flag was more balanced, that for every cursed weapon there was a blessed, but it seems that that's not the case. They could just be randomly cursed or blessed, and that could skew the pool one way or another.
I mean, from where I was sitting, it looked like, so for armor, it looked like every chest piece was cursed, and you had actually kind of really good selection of non-chest piece weapons. Like you had Pro Ring 5s, you had Ribbon 3s, you had stuff like that, just like all the chest armor was garbage. Weapons? Now, Falconic, this is... why were you not going with the Vorpal 3?
I forgot about it.
Ah.
I forgot about it. This whole seed, we were, like he said, we were talking during the race and not checking Northwest Castle. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I think Earth Cave's the better play. There's more chests there. So then I was like, yeah, this is going really rough. I'm getting a lot of encounters on the sea. And he was like, oh, I've been flying for 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, crap. once that kicked in and I knew he was a good 20-30 minutes ahead in the air, it just became a mad scramble of how can I shave off time.
Yeah.
And then I heard him say one thing that gave me a glimmer of hope. He's like, if I could only find the bottle. And I was like, bottle? I got that like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I skipped Marsh Bottom. So, but when you were like, I was like, I'm one item away. I said, I'm one item away from go mode. And you said, is it the canoe? And I was like, oh, I've had the canoe. I was like, so that means the bottle was either in Earth Cave or in Marsh. Mm-hmm. So I did do the ordeals check, but I was like, I don't want to go to ice without warp. So I went to Marsh, and lo and behold, everything else, like everything was in Marsh, between Marsh Top and Marsh Bottom. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and then finding the tail for sale was really nice. So, that
the only place we did not see a check of was Mermaid Side and then Ice Cave. So we assume that's where your ribbon 3s were hiding, but both of you only had one going into that Temple of Fiends.
I had 2.
Did you have 2?
I had 2 as well.
Yeah, I got one off Sarah, and I got one in Armory, I think. Volcano Armory.
Something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I had it for a while, and I want to say it was a Volcano Armory.
I know that paid off a lot of armor for you guys, and more weapons than armor this time around, but...
Yeah, that Fear 4 bonk was pretty good for armor, and so I found the Pro Ring 5s.
Did you guys see that I landed Fear on Carrie?
Yeah.
But couldn't get it to run away.
Might have had something to do with the face down person in the top slot.
Maybe. That was fun. So now I guess I have to live up to the agreement and join the spring tournament.
Yeah.
Yay!
So welcome to the spring tournament, Falconic.
You're like a 75th person, I think, to sign up. Like,
yeah,
not even exaggerating.
For anyone else in chat that wants to sign up, we've got until midnight tonight. Is it midnight Pacific? We've got until late.
Yeah. And I hear that there's a certain virus going around that might free up some spare time for you, Mo. Why don't you sign up too?
Actually, like 90% certain I already have it.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
So yeah, time is freed up. I feel like death, but I have agreed to volunteer a lot for the spring tournament with all the participants that we do have.
So, well, that's awesome.
One way or another, I'll be in.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need all the help we can get with the race crew, because this is, like I said, the largest spring tourney that we ever had for FFR. So we're definitely going to be.
We're going to have 38 races a week to help us.
Yes. So there's
only
lots of fun FFR content coming your way for sure.
All hands on deck.
It's all right. I was telling Falconic early on that I was really excited that he agreed to be a part of this Irongol nonsense, even if it is just for a one-off exhibition race against me. But it was a moist beef production, because the 3 of you did commentary for my very first FFR race in the spring tournament last year. So all the only piece missing from the puzzle here is Will Cleosis as the opponent. But this time I got to race Falconic, so. It's very cool. It's a nice little gave me the good feels. So this was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was definitely a lot of fun for me and Fizzle. Probably too much fun, but hopefully the crowd was still entertained. We were entertained, so there's at least that. But you guys both played a great race, and there were points where one or the other person was a little bit ahead, and then you guys both really came together at the end there for a really good finish. So.
Yeah, there was a moment several times where Falconic told me in voice, he's like, they're giggling. I don't know what that means.
Samesies, because I could hear him giggling across the house. So I was like, I hear Falconic cackling. I'm unsure why. Everybody prepare.
So, I guess we can move on to final thoughts. Caleb, final thoughts.
This was just a ton of fun. Falconic told me when we sat down, we're getting ready, that this is either going to be an hour and a half or a 3 to 5 hour slog. So I was not prepared for that, but it ended up not being that. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that Falconic and Moist came back to help out and have some fun with FFR. It's exciting. I'm excited looking at the list of participants for spring tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, final thoughts. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Danny for tracking, Mo and Fizzle for doing the mic stuff, and Speed Gaming for putting us up on SG1. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, right. Thanks to all you guys as well. Fizzle, that takes your low spot on the Irongol, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh,
it does. We got a race for a last place.
That will not stand.
That's unfortunate. Well, don't worry, I'll decay off because that's my only Irongol race.
No, we're suspending decay for the spring tournament. I have to defend. I have no choice.
Well, I'm signed up, so you guys got me. This was a heck of a de-rusting race. This is the first time I've touched Final Fantasy in months and months and months. So, have no idea what the flags are for any of the weeks, and nor am I going to read into them. So,
awesome.
Here we go.
You're gonna be fine, dude. Like you de-rust real quick. You'll be all right. I believe in you.
Thanks, man.
I'll go ahead and let Fizzle close it out after a quick word. Had a great time tonight. It was great coming back into the community. Doing the Moist Beef Productions, LLC, TM, all those other trademarks.
LOL.
But no, it was a good race to call. We do have a stranger in our chat who heard his name pop up, so everybody go ahead and shout out to Will Cleosis, who did make the appearance tonight. And with that being said, I just want to thank Speed Gaming. I want to thank Danny for being an awesome tracker as always. She's always spot on, very good with her notes, and I love her as a person. And then these two goofballs that decided to race with questionable trick-or-treat flags. And then Fizzle, who always puts up with me. So thank you guys very much tonight.
So big thanks to Danny. Big thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us. Big thanks to Falk and Caleb, our lovely runners with their unlovely flag set. Stay tuned to SG1. Later on tonight, we've got Ale versus Deng for yet another Irongol Heavy Metal Championship race. That's coming up at 9:30 Eastern. For all of us here, and for everyone on the FFR Discord, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.